An input is where I'm going to tell you the steps on how to solve this problem. So we're going to combine like terms by doing multi-step equations. So we're adding that one point. We're either going to distribute and combine like terms, and then we're going to do the normal steps. Okay? So go ahead and call your input today solving multi-step equations. And I'm going to give you the steps for each one. Okay, step number 1. You're going to simplify each side. So each side, you're going to simplify each side. That means each side of the equal sign. Step 2, you're going to combine like terms. When you combine like terms, this could mean that you might use the distributive property. You'll distribute if it's necessary. Sometimes in the problem it's not necessary. And step number 3, you're going to isolate the variable. Now, isolating the variable, we know from yesterday, means that we're going to add or subtract first, and then we're going to multiply or divide. Remember the PEMDAS, order of operations, is opposite. Those are the 3 steps. So it's like the same thing as yesterday, just adding one more step. Okay? All right, let's just move on straight to modeling without shutting down the runway today. Okay, you might get the first question, and it'll look like this. 3c minus 8c plus 7 equals negative 8. So, we need to simplify each side. So the first step says simplify each side. Okay, we're ready for that. Step 2 says combine like terms. So I want you to go ahead and underline the like terms in that. I'm going to highlight them. You can use a highlighter if you want. I know that my like terms are 3c, and it's clear exactly like, and 8c. So let's bring those down. 3c minus 8c. 3 minus 8 is negative 5. So it's going to turn into negative 5, and then I'm going to put the term next to it, c. So negative 5c plus 7 equals negative 18. So now it just looks like an equation from yesterday. I just added that one step in the beginning. Okay? So now again, I need to isolate the variable. I'm going to add or subtract first. So here's the variable. I need to get the variable by itself. So to get the variable by itself, I have to get rid of Mr. 7 over here and subtract 7 from both sides. Again, notice how I write it right under. So I know that, my 7s are going to cancel each other out on this side. And then I'm left with negative 5c equals, then you have negative 18 minus 7, which is going to give me a negative 25. Because they are same signs, add them up, keep the sign. And then just like yesterday, c needs to be by itself. So I'm going to divide by negative 5 on both sides. Because c needs to be by itself. Running out of room on my paper. So now that c is by itself, my 5's cancel out because negative 5 over negative 5 is 1, and my 1's going to be invisible. So I have c equals negative 25 divided by 5 is a negative 5. Sorry, negative 5. Sorry, is a positive 5. Negative 25 divided by negative 5 is a positive 5. Easy? Okay, let's try another one. Number 2. Negative 4x plus 3 times the quantity of 2x minus 5 equals 31. So now you're like, Miss Graham, that looks so complicated. No. Because when we combine like terms, we do that by distributing in this sense because there's a number next to parentheses. So in this case, we're going to be distributing. That's the first thing we're going to do. Okay, so I know that I'm going to look at this 3 right here, and I'm going to distribute 3 times 2x minus 3 times 5. Okay? So, I keep my negative 4x plus, now I'm going to distribute 3 times 2x, 3 times 2 is 6, so it's 6x minus, because there's the minus sign, I brought the minus sign down, 3 times 5, which is 15, equals 31. So all I did right here was distribute and put that answer right there. That was that extra step. Oh, now I see that I have like terms. I see that I have negative 4x, and I see that I have 6x. These are like terms. So negative 4 plus 6 is going to give me a positive 2, and I'm going to add the variable x. I just did this right here, negative 4x plus 6x. So then I still have the minus 15 equals 31. So I had to distribute first, then combine my like terms. Now I'm just solving the simple two-step equation. So again, step number 2 told me to combine like terms. Now step 3 tells me to isolate the variable. So here I go. I know isolating the variable means I need to add or subtract first. So I'm going to add 15 to both sides and draw my line under. Now I know that my 15s cancel each other out on this side, so I'm left with Mr. 2x equals, and on this side I have 31 plus 15. 31 plus 15 is 46. Okay, now I need to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides. Divided by 2, divided by 2. My 2's now cancel. X equals 46 divided by 2, which is 23. Now I know if I plug that 23 back into that problem, I'm going to get the same answer. You need to check your work. So if I checked my work and I got negative 4x, or negative 4, replace x with 23, plus 3 times 2, replace x with 23, minus 5, I'll get 31. So check your work. Please, please, please. Number 3. 18 equals c plus 5 over 2. Alright, so I don't see any like terms that I need to combine, and I don't see any distributive property that I need to do, so I'm good on that. So now I need to isolate the variable. Well, this 2's kind of in the way here. So in order to get that 2 out of the way, I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides. That's just like saying this is 2 over 1. My 2's are going to cancel out. On this side, I'm left with c plus 5. On the other side, I am left with 2 times 18, which is 36. Now again, two-step equation. Now I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides to get c by itself. Because c wants to be by itself. Our variables like to be intrapersonal. They don't want you to bother them. So now my 5's cancel. And I have c left on this side. And now I have 36 minus 5, which is 31. So C equals 31. Number 4, I have 9x plus 6 minus 4x all over 2 equals 8. Don't let these problems scare you. They're not bad. Just have to remember the steps. Alright, so in order to get rid of that 2 that's down there on the bottom there, I don't want to have to multiply and subtract and divide fractions. So I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides. And remember, the multiplication, the inverse property of multiplication, if you multiply by the inverse, it's 1, right? So that's how my 2's can cancel out. I'm left with 9x plus 6 minus 4x equals, so I'm left with just what's on this top part, what's in the numerator, and then I have 8 times 2, which is 16. Oh, now I have to say, stop, stop, stop. I see like terms. I see 9x and a negative 4x. So 9x minus 4x. 9 minus 4 is 5, and put the variable down there. So I have 5x. Then I'm left with my positive 6. So if it helps you when you do your homework to highlight the combined terms so you can see it, do that. Be spatial. So I have 5x plus 6 equals 16. Now it's a simple problem again. Subtract 6 on both sides, if that's what it tells me to do. My 6's cancel on that left-hand side. So bring down your 5x. Bring it down. 5x equals 16 minus 6 is 10. So now to get x by itself, I need to divide by 5 on both sides. So I'm going to divide by 5 on both sides. My 5's cancel on that left-hand side. Make sure you're writing it down, everybody. And then x equals 10 divided by 5, which is 2. You can go ahead and swap it out.